Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and you join me here once again in Transport Fever 2. And as you can see, we're not actually in the map at the moment. No, because I have, perhaps rather recklessly, downloaded and installed the beta version of the upcoming patch, predominantly focused on delivering Transport Fever 2 to console users, but also including a number of performance improvements and a number of other things around the game to enhance our current experience. So hopefully, this will carry on. I will be allowed to carry on this series with the beta without too much crashing. But before we got into today's video, I thought I would take a quick look at some of the setup changes that have happened in this latest beta build, with the delivery of the full patch on the 9th of March 2023. The first thing you notice here, well I noticed anyway, was at the very bottom right of my startup screen we have an option for the standard edition. Now at the moment that just takes me to the Steam store page, but I have a sneaking suspicion it might allow you to select whether you're running with the standard edition or with the new Deluxe edition, I think they're calling it, which includes a number of other campaign scenarios and a selection of new vehicles. I'm not quite sure what else it includes, but yeah, there is DLC for the very first time in the history of this franchise. Urban Games are delivering some DLC to Transport Fever 2 on, presumably, March the 9th, along with the update and the console version. Now, just a couple of other screens to take you into in the settings arena. This is the main changes here I think that we'll see. The interface screen, the interface tab on the settings page now allows you to enable or disable those pop-up notifications that came with the previous update, where the cargo needs of each town changes over time, whether industry closures, when industry closures happen or are scheduled to happen, when they're sort of ticking down the days before they actually disappear off the map, and the appearance of new industries. Now you can of course still have those things enabled in the setting for your game. Are they in the advanced tab? I can't remember now. But yeah, when you set your game up, you can say you want town needs to increase, industries to close and new industries to spawn. So this is just turning on or off the notifications of those things happening. I don't think there's anything much yet. Oh, there is one other thing here changing. Yes, right at the very top, the user interface mode. Classic, which I assume is keyboard and mouse, or controller. So again, feeding into all the development work, or feeding off perhaps more accurately, the development work they've done for the console version of the game. And I think that's the only thing we've got changed on here. I do believe. Yep, the mouse. Now I think this tab is new. I don't remember seeing it before, but then I'm not actually comparing it with... I haven't taken a screenshot of the previous build of the game, but I don't remember seeing this on my previous settings page. Keyboard, much the same sort of thing here. Again, a reminder that pretty much all these options you can reconfigure to match your keyboard preferences. Graphics, I don't think much has changed here at all. Nope, so those are my settings in case you're interested. Now the audio has changed a little bit. They have enabled the option to turn on or off the new bulldozer and construction sounds. They were tweaked a bit in the last update, so if you don't like them, then you can turn them off if they distract you from your gameplay. But what they've also done, a neat little thing this, it's just neat, that's all. The soundtrack for the game is no longer just Transport Fever 2, but you can have it include the soundtracks for their first game, Train Fever, and also from the very first Transport Fever game. So just sort of mix it up a bit if that's what you feel like doing. And that's it. I think those are the main settings that have changed that we will see in the game. So I'll just get this game loaded and we'll see where we go from there. Oh, one other thing before I forget and before this screen disappears, they have added a couple more backgrounds for this transition period while you're waiting for your game to load. So there are a few more screenshots to look at, which are quite good. Well, ones I've not seen before, at least. And they've also added a few more hints and tips while you're waiting for your game to load. And that said, I can't say I've noticed the game loading that much faster. So here we are. Oh, and another thing they've changed are those notifications you can enable or disable. They now look a little bit different. They've actually got pictures and stuff in, so they look a little neater. First off, an admission of things I got wrong and have had to fix since the end of the last recording. What happened was I placed my truck stop for the transfer of goods from the manufacturing plant here into the town of Chengdu. It wasn't actually connected to the plant. No, it was connected to the train station, which was connected to the plant, but the connection didn't go through the train station somehow. It was just that bit too far away. So I put in a little bit of road here to make sure that the truck stop here is connected to the goods factory, so my vehicles can actually take goods into that factory. Now, nothing has happened so far. There's quite a few long trips the trains need to make before this whole industry chain gets into gear. What I have done is on this line, which takes the oil from the well into the refinery and then onto the plastics factory, I have added another train onto that route, and I think I've also increased the capacity of the train slightly since you were last with me. Well, let's just see, this train always arriving now. Are you going to actually make a profit on this first leg of the journey? Come on dear, in you come. Now, so far on this beta I've not noticed any problems. I haven't actually really played much with the beta in place, but all my vehicles and stations, all the mods and the sort of base game vehicles and stations I'm using do appear to be working still, so, which is excellent news indeed. Now I just want to check here, or repay some of our loan, just again to save me a little bit of money. I'll take it down to 9 million. So, okay, we're still got a maximum loan of 30 million, and I'm down to 9 million so far, so which is good. So I want to do a couple of little things before we get going on to the real major work of this episode, to do around this, with this goods factory I've got here. We've got trucks going in there to deliver the goods into Chengdu. Probably do with another couple on there actually already, although it will take a while for everything to get into production. So actually we'll come back to that in a moment actually, but what I want to do is actually get the goods we're producing here, because Chengdu isn't going to take all of them. I want to get them connected into the main freight hub, which is up here near Ajaxpost, which is quite a route. If we look actually at this goods factory, where is it? It's gone all the way down here. So we look at the consumers. We've got Hong Kong, which is a town far away on an island across the waters, which we're not connected to at all at the moment, so they'll take some. Goods is one of their primary demands. Yerevan, which is right at the other end of the map, which is over here somewhere, which is there again another primary demand. Fukushima there, and then Izmir over here, which we've not connected. Erawan up here, which that doesn't have a cargo connection at the moment, and Chengdu, which we're already sorting out. Now obviously other towns will grow and demand goods as time passes, but I think if we can get them up into Ajaxpost to start with, we can then ship them out to wherever they're needed, like for example Yerevan, which does have a freight link already, and obviously Fukushima, which has actually no, Fukushima does not have a direct train freight route. No, it's just taking commat, isn't it? By truck from the commat factory up there. Yeah, that's all it's getting. It's getting quite a few of them. Oh, and goods. Sorry, and bread. Why did I say goods? I was obviously, yeah, seeing things. So, do these trucks actually... Oh, they do! So these trucks obviously take bread as well. Okay. I've got quite a few on there. It's making a nice sum. That's making a nice sum. Okay. We could perhaps deliver the goods up there, but I think it might make more sense to see if we can feed them in here. That's it, because then we've got goods. So we've got combat here as well at the hub. collecting for other destinations, or should I leave it on the trucks? We shall see. Anyway, what I want to do is get the goods going from the factory down here into Chengdu. Now we already have a line going from Chengdu up to the freight hub at Ajaxpost, which is currently bringing down a few bricks conmat into Chengdu. Wouldn't it be good if that could take goods back up to the freight hub for distribution onwards from there? So we'd make money in both directions. Now the only issue we've got here is that our freight hub is already fully occupied. If we go here, yeah, we've got a couple of platforms here which are split. These are complete platforms, so they could... No, actually that one's split as well, isn't it? Yes, it is. Well, actually, or is it? Or is it? Oh, an oil well is closing. Oh, hang on, where are you? Oh, okay, I obviously needed to click on a pin or something. Where's that oil well near Surat? Where's Surat? Oh, there's Surat. Oh, it's you. We've got a year. Ah, okay. Do I want to use you? We've got one there as well. Oh, heck. Where could we use fuel? We've got a refinery over there. I could do perhaps with putting in... We've got a refinery... Now the thing is, it does take 2 oil to make one... 2 crude to make 1 refined oil. So having a second source... We could do that. Oh, and we've got a fuel. Right, we've got a fuel refinery there. So we could take that oil there to the refinery, make fuel to feed into the hub. Now that hub is getting overloaded. It's not overloaded as such, but it is obviously very busy, as you can see there. Anyway, I was saying this station. Let's go back there. Let's configure you. I can't put more platforms out that way, but I do have room here, so I could build another bay platform here, which might not be a bad idea, because that is sort of coming up from Chengdu. Where's the Chengdu line? Yes, you're coming up from there and going across into that one. So I think we could actually, yeah, we could easily fit in another bay platform there to handle the Chengdu service. That's what we're going to do. We're going to build a new route. Sorry, we're going to build a new platform. We're going to reconfigure that route, and we'll need to put some trucks in, I think, to get the goods. Oh, it's a long way away, isn't it? Get some goods in to the station from this plant here. Right, so as usual, I will stop speaking very shortly, hand over to a soundtrack and the speed build, and we'll get that bit done, and then we'll move on to something possibly a little... Oh, we could do that. I could do that industry route as well. Actually, safeguard that oil well. Yeah, that's what I might do. The thing is, I've got another thing I want to do, which is actually quite interesting and a little bit of a novel thing for this particular map. But I think I'll try and save that oil well to start with. Okay, so I'll see you on the other side of this speed build section. Be right back with you. There we are. I think that should work. Yeah, took me a little while to work out quite what I wanted to do with all this track. I think that should work fine here now. This is what we're after, isn't it? 4 trains. Are you going to show me those lines? Or are you not going to show me those lines? Okay. Yeah, the game did sometimes have a problem showing lines on the map, depending on the zoom level you're at. But it appears that that's a problem here again. If I come here, oh, you show me there. You see, there you are. But you should show me on the lines. Ah, right, you work now. Good. Yeah, it took me a little while to work out what I was doing there, but I think I've got that right now. So the planks coming up from the sawmill, which I use to make tools or something, yep, tools up there, are coming up on there from Manila, which is a separate route from the actual freight delivery into Manila, which is the green line, so that should be kept separate. And hopefully these little bay platforms are long enough. They're both using the centre platform here rather than this one on the edge, which is a separate platform again, which isn't being used. So we have that to do it if we need it. And we've also got the trucks now, hopefully wending their way to Chengdu. There they go, to pick goods up there. Ooh, is this our first? Yes, our first plastics delivery. Oh, something else has gone wrong. What's that? Train 12. Manila. Okay, right. Let's have a check, see what you're up to. Why can you not? Oh, because bother. Right. Yeah, we need to go back across there, don't we? Can we do that here? Well, that's ordinary. That's station track, isn't it? So I can't work on that. So we need to get from here to over there. And that signal's going to be in the way, isn't it? Okay, let's sort you out. So that's a one-way signal, so that will stop the trains doing what they're supposed to. Yeah, this is all unnecessary restorative track, basically, so that trains can get back to where they need to be on their new assignments. So I'll put you. No, you're going down here, weren't you? That's fine. Okay, don't need that to be double. I'll make it double slip anyway. And this train, if I just turn you around, you're happier? Right, so you should be able to find your way back. Anyway, we're looking at this plastic delivery to our goods chain. Made some money. And are you going to produce any goods for anybody? He's done something. Yes, we have a good waiting to be delivered. Oh, to the export line. Okay. Yeah, I hope that Chengdu does actually get some out of all this. But again, the frequency, I imagine the frequency on these two routes, the goods delivery is 3 minutes, and that, yeah. Perhaps if I put another vehicle on there, that might help. Okay, shall I colour these as well so they match? I do wish it would tell you what colour was which. That one? Oh no, all of them, all of them. That sort of colour. Yeah, that's looking good. So they're going to wait there for that good. So we're bringing more steel in. How's our plastics factory doing? Right, you're still a bit short of oil. Where's the oil trains? Okay. Ah, right. Well, there's one there waiting to fill up, and there's that one going down. Actually, can I make these trains bigger? Can I make them bigger? Mediocre performance at the moment, but I don't care. Let's change that. So we need to be that tank car. We'll add one there, and we'll add one to this one as well. Okay, so you carry a few more. Yeah, again, this whole thing is going to take a little while to settle down and actually start producing on a regular, consistent basis. But we should be all right. We will need to add another train here to the Chengdu combat delivery line, so for when it's got goods to take back. Again, I had to change the wagon on that from the standard flatbed with side stakes, which doesn't take goods, so I put in the slightly cheaty naffy, which will take any cargo at all. But it works. I mean, it's a multi-purpose wagon, which is fine, isn't it? That's good. Okay, now we were talking about getting this oil well up and running. We've got 290 days to do this, so we need to connect it into the fuel chain round here. Okay, now I'm making good money actually, aren't I? 9.5 million in the last half year, or the previous half year, having spent 13 million. Reminder, I am actually playing on hard mode, but yeah, things seem to be working okay. We're going to lose that steel foundry, aren't we, in 92 days. Not too worried about that. We'll open another one if we need to. Right, now, this fuel. Jakarta, I think, is getting some fuel. Yeah, that's getting fuel. Who else? Ajaxpost. You don't have much of a fuel demand, but you're getting some. Yerevan, are you getting any fuel? Oh, you are. Yes, 70% of your demand. You're getting fuel up there. In fact, what's waiting here at the hub? So we've got fuel to Fukushima. Oh, sorry, that's going to Jakarta. And some going to Yerevan. Oh, is that it? Okay. Oh, of course, the fuel for Ajaxpost itself sits here on the trucks, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm still slightly concerned. Having messed up the Turpan tools delivery in the previous episode. That train's not making much money, but it is carrying tools now, which is fine. Yeah, totally broke that line, didn't I, in the previous episode or two. Do we need more trucks on there to satisfy Baghdad? We could. Okay, we'll put another truck on there, so we'll just copy one of you. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we can bring fuel in. Ooh, this is going to be fun. From there into the hub. Or I might... I do. The whole idea of this series is having hubs to organise the distribution of both passengers from the central station here in Ajaxpost and also freight. Though I'm not averse to the idea of having a separate hub down this side. Again, I've got the map upside down. Up this side of the map. Yeah, this is the north. That's the south up here. Yeah. I don't know, it just seemed natural to do it this way. Right, let's get on with this. So again, I will head off into a speed build section. I'll stop talking and hand over to the soundtrack, and I will see you once again in a few minutes' time. think we've got the lines in place. So we've got a line and a route going from this crude oil well here, south of Surat, all the way across to the oil refinery here outside Jakarta, sending refined oil up here to the fuel refinery just north of Ajaxpost. Now, that's going nowhere at the moment, but I'll sort that out either off camera or at the beginning of the next episode. We'll sort that out. Of course, the next thing was, how do I get trains onto these routes? So we've added in another little track to our weird depot route here, coming out of our freight hub depot system here and going under this this spaghetti of passenger lines going into Ajaxpost, which should be able to deliver a train onto those two routes, assuming I've got my switches and slips and stuff organised here. I think I have. I'm not quite sure why I've got non-one-way signals here. That should be one way, yeah. Maybe the use of the signal replication mod affects that choice. I'm just wondering, that's sort of flat. Well, yeah, I'm not a purist, I'm afraid. I'm not terribly concerned about the accuracy of my line, so there may be some unlikely slopes. If you hear the odd beep going on in the background here while I'm talking, there's something to do with my UPS. Yeah, there's obviously some vague power thing going on here in this village, which is giving my UPS a bit of the creeps. Okay, so let's get some trains on here. So we're going to have to use this depot here. So we're going to buy some vehicles. Now the main one is going to be a fairly long route. I still got no other types of vehicle, no types of motive power apart from steam. So if we go top speed, there it goes again. There's something very odd going on here. I don't think I haven't been notified of power cuts, so hopefully they don't turn up. You're 37. Oh, is this the wrong way around? Oh, that's better. Yeah, so 70, 56. You're not especially powerful though. You guys are more powerful. You're quite good. You're 43 though. I'm tempted to save this one. You do, because you're that much more powerful, even though you go a bit slower, you are that much more expensive to run. But I think we can justify that. Take one of you, and we want some cargo. We'll use these tank cars. You go 62. I've only got 40 miles an hour or 60, haven't I? I could use the NAFI, but no, I'm not going to use that. Okay, we're going to use you then. How much? That's 8. Okay, we'll take that capacity for the moment, I think. We'll stick you on there. Okay. Now, can I put you on? This is the Surat crude bulk. That's you. Well, okay, it says it can get there. So let's hope. For the other one, which is just carrying the fuel, we'll use a slightly different locomotive. We'll use the, we'll use a slightly faster but less powerful one, which was one of you. Ooh, imported from Alco. Okay, that's the American company, is it? I think, yeah, I think it is. Then again, yeah, Japan is kind of just the other side of the ocean, isn't it? From the west coast of the US of A. So I'll put you on there. We don't need. You're not going quite so far, so it doesn't need to have such a big capacity. We'll probably add more trains and more capacity to these anyway as the game takes up the production. So we'll take you. And you can go on to the Jakarta refined bulk. Excellent. So you two trains should be en route. What signals have we got here? Could do with some signals on here, so just so they get through a little bit faster. So we don't want one way, no. Oh, I'm sure I changed that to yes. I don't know. Maybe something happened. And then entry to that tunnel. And then coming out of the tunnel to there. That should enable both trains to come out. Which one's first? Good, you're the long one. Where's the other one? You're going to come out? I know you're in there. Here you go. I will roll this forward a few months and we'll see. Have we saved that industry yet? Oh, oh, it's already stocking up on crude. Yes. So we've saved that business from going, well, we've saved that business from going out of business, which is good. And here he is, our new train carrying crude oil from our southmost Surat oil well. Yeah, we probably do need another train on there, or much bigger train on there, whichever. So he's carrying 120 units, gallons, litres, whatever that might fit in a tank, all the way off to the Jakarta refinery over there. So that should start making money. So I think we'll start wrapping this episode up. So that's looking quite good so far. I think everything works. The fact that it's picking stuff up is a sign that the routes work. Our routes over here on our goods factory appear to be coming together. If we look at our train lines, so the plastics circular route, which takes the crude to the refined to the chemical plant, that's making a modest amount of money. Yeah, that should start ticking over quite nicely. Plastic into the goods factory. Okay, you're still at a loss, but you are definitely shipping plastic now, and now things are getting running. They're sort of on a roll now. So as you can see, we're getting a fair amount of plastic stored up here, ready to be shipped out. So I put a few more trucks on there. May need some more, obviously, as that gets into full production. And our trucks here. So the local delivery, still losing a fair amount of money, but you have made some. So some goods have been delivered into Chengdu. The export route, which is sending them to the train station there, you are carrying. Yeah, you're making money. I'm sure you will. You're making some money. Whether it will be, profitable, who knows? So we will leave that there, and we'll just follow our latest train, one of our latest trains, on its journey. Again, I'll start earning proper money soon. We are very profitable, as you've seen already. So I'll start tidying up the terrain to get this levelled out and much more attractive as we go forward. But for now, I will say thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Transport Fever 2. I nearly forgot there, the Island Hub series. If you've enjoyed this, it'll be great to hear from you. A little bit of a like would be lovely. Just click on the old thumbsy uppy button. That would be wonderful. But even better, if you've got any thoughts about what I'm doing or suggestions for what I could do for the next episode in this series, or if you feel like naming anything, a train, an industry, or a new town, I am allowing myself the option, should the need arise, of adding new towns into the system. And if you want to give a name to any of those things, then please do. Just drop a note into the comments box below. That would be awesome. And of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, you could do that now. That way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Transport Fever 2. Until the next time, bye bye for now.